Alright, welcome back to another review, and today we're going to take a look at the KZ AS16. So this is a $100 KZ, and this is the most expensive KZ that I'm gonna take a look at here in this channel. So much like the KZ ZSX, this has a lot of drivers, 8 drivers per side, and all BA as well. So actually, when I first listened to this, I was a bit surprised with my overall listen, because first I thought, it's gonna be another KZ, another multi-driver KZ, and it'll be, similar to your other KZs, but this is a bit different. So actually, from the title of this video, this might be one of my most favorite KZs, if not my favorite KZ out of all the KZs that I have listened to. So first, let's take a look at the build quality. So actually, in terms of the build, this is an old KZ, but it's not that bad in terms of the overall build. So the lobes are made of metal and also plastic as well. So it's in the big side in terms of the overall size. It's much like the AS10. So definitely for those with smaller ears, you might find this a bit difficult to wear. This one is also in the heavy side. You'll definitely feel it on the ear, but isolation is very good in this one. Your monitor type of isolation, it fits well in the ear with that kind of IEM kind of design. It's kind of a safe shape, but it's not the most stable fit that I have worn on the ear. Definitely your IEMs with fins will be more stable compared to this one. The cable is a bummer for sure. They're still using the old KZ cable, but for me, yes, you'll surely upgrade this to maybe your fail upgrade cable. That's what I recommend for this one in this price range. Also comes with the Starline tips. Not the best tips in the world, but it does work. But I will replace this for sure with maybe AET08s or spin fits as well. I'm gonna link the accessories down below if you want to upgrade your AS16. Now let's proceed to the sound. Firstly, this is a slight V kind of sound, but it's a bit different compared to your other KZs. In the midst, there's a slight bump at around 1 to 2K region, in the recession region. So this gives it a slight W type of shape on the ear, so much like the BA5. So actually, out of all KZs that I have listened to, this is the best vocal positioning that I have listened to, which is a bit surprising for a KZ. And also, as you can see from the signature as well, there's no prominent peaks in the signature. So the highs is still well controlled with this one. And also on top, it has that kind of double horns, which is something that I like for sure in an IEM. So actually, in terms of the overall tuning, this is quite like the BA5. So that's why maybe I like this one. So this is slightly more treble elevated on the ear, but not that much. But definitely this is not a bassy IEM by any means. So this is more of an analytical type of listen, more of a monitor type of listen. So something that you will use for your critical listening. Also super fast and tight as well. One of the fastest KZs that I have listened to. So the highs are well extended at the top. Good body. Has a bit of shimmer at the top, but not too much. So this is not a super peaky kind of KZ, which is quite surprising for an older KZ. No sibilance, also very well controlled at the top for me. But one con in this one is it's not as sweet as your other BA counterparts. This still has some edginess to the overall sound. So some instruments may be slightly unnatural to listen to on this one. But definitely the major advantage is the detail on top. One of the better detailed tops that I've listened to. So for guitar tracks or acoustic tracks, it just shines. So not perfect highs overall, but because of that detail retrieval and also fairly good tuning, I would give this high marks in the highs. The mids are pretty impressive for a BA sound. Again, nicely detailed, and again, the vocal positioning is something that I really like in this one. So in terms of the mids, I do like this one over the TRN-VX. I find the TRN-VX to be too aggressive to listen to in the vocals. So the piano sounds nice. The snare impact is very much lively. So definitely for monitoring, this is something that you want for sure. But if I'm gonna nitpick, of course, yes, this is still not the richest and most natural vocals that you can listen to. So the dynamic driver counterparts like the Starfields will still be more natural to listen to over this one. Also, another con with this one is this might be a bit too aggressive for some people. This might be a bit fatiguing to listen to after some time. So it might be a bit hot for you guys. It might be a bit too shouty for you, especially if you're sensitive to fatigue. So if you're sensitive to fatigue, you might like the CA16 more. The CA16 is more relaxed in terms of the overall presentation of the vocals. But overall, yes, in terms of detail retrieval, this is one of the best mids that you can get for the price range. pros and cons, but still I will give this high marks because of that detailed retrieval and also good positioning in the vocals. So the bass is tight and also has good impact, still prominent in the mix, but it's not a bassy IEM, but definitely enough bass at the bottom. It's definitely not lacking at all. So this is one of the most mature basses that I've heard for a KZ. Fast attack and also decay. So it's a different sound in your ear, especially if you're coming from, you know, your hybrid counterpart. So this definitely a different experience. So for some genre, especially for some double peds genres, you will really appreciate the fast bass in this one. But one con with the bass is it doesn't go that deep. So your dynamic driver basses will still be deeper compared to this one. So it will still give you a better bass slam on the ear. But I still like the quickness of the bass in this one, so I will still give it high marks. One of the most mature basses for KZ that I have listened to. Sound is fairly good in this one, but not the best that I've heard, but it gives it a good sense of space for sure. Imaging, fairly good again. Some instrument positioning is pretty good. You can maybe mix with this one, so you can definitely use this as a tool if you're gonna do some monitoring or maybe some slight mixing. Not still the best mixing tool, but I can maybe do some slight mixing with this one. Separation is very good in this one. One of the best that I've listened to for a KZ, so that clean sound definitely helped out in having a very good separation in this one. It's a very easy to find instruments and have a good sense of space as well in your ear. So compared to the AS10, this doesn't have the congestion that I found with the AS10, so I do like this one over the AS10 as well. Tonality is not the best here, so this is one of the weakness of the AS16. So this is a very BA kind of sound. So if you're not into that, if you're more of a dynamic driver guy, you won't like this one. You will find this a bit off in the tonality. So pros and cons. In terms of detail though, this is one of the better detailed IEMs that you can get for the $100 range. So detail monster for sure. One of the fastest and most resolving KZs that I have heard, or IEMs that I've heard in the $100 range. So really impressive with this one. Alright, so versus other IEMs versus the Starfield. So the Starfield has a bigger stage, a more smooth sound, a more lush, a more impactful bass as well. Also bigger bass in the ear in the Starfield, and a more natural tonality for sure in the Starfield. The AS16 in comparison is cleaner, has more micro detail, a bit faster in response, more bright also, and more monitor type of sound. The AS16 is more of a monitor analytical type of listen. The Starfield is more of a smooth kind of sound, more prominent bass in the mix. So it's a bit different. They might be even in the opposite parts of the spectrum. So both have pros and cons. It will depend on your preference for sure. If you want more detail and not having, you know, the best tonality around, you might want the AS16. Otherwise, if you like a more natural sound, a more neutral kind of signature, you might like the Starfield more. So compared to the 10T4, the 10T4 is more warmish sounding on the ear, smoother again, a bit more relaxed in the T4, a bit more toned down. Still has that shimmer on top in the T4, but the T4 has more natural tonality as well. The A16 is more lively, has a more aggressive type of sound, cleaner and tighter sound overall, and definitely more detailed in the AS16. So this will be a toss-up. It will depend on your preference. Again, if you like more detail, a faster response, a more monitor type of sound, again, you might like the AS16. Otherwise, if you like a more relaxed sound, a more warmish kind of sound, you might want the 10T4. So compared to the CA16, so the CA16 is the latest 16 driver system from CCA. So the CCA CA16 is more warmish in presentation, more smoother. The A16 is more cleaner, more edgy kind of sound. So the A16 is more of a monitor type of sound. The CA16 is more relaxed in its presentation. The CA16 has richer vocals, smoother and also more natural to listen to. The CA16 also has more prominent bass in the mix, again more kind of warmish in presentation. The AS16 in comparison is more edgy, more aggressive sounding, a bit more boxy sounding. A touch faster also in the presentation, and also better separation and more clean sound also in the AS16. So this is a toss up in this one. If you like a more dynamic driver type of sound, a smoother kind of sound, more natural to listen to, you might like the CA16 more. But if you're okay with the aggressive type of sound, a touch hot in the presentation, and also a cleaner kind of sound, you might like the AS16 more. So I'm pairing. So this is actually fairly interesting because I did find that I didn't like the AS16 that much in my weaker players. But when I used it with my more powerful, amplifiers, I did like the AS16 more. So you might want to have more power to power your AS16 to maximize it. So yes, get a better amplifier for your AS16 if you can. Right, so for the AS16, really surprising with this one. So I didn't expect this for a KZ. It's a slight departure from your other KZ tunings, and yeah, one of my favorite vocal positioning. So really detailed, nice vocal positioning. I would say one of my favorite tuning for a KZ. Fast in response, nice tight bass, clean sound, more of a monitor type of sound. So definitely if you're into that kind of sound, and if you're okay with the cons of not having the best tonality, this is something that you can consider. If you're a KZ fan, if you are somebody who collects KZ, this should be in your collection, because it's one of the more interesting KZs, because it's a different KZ on the ear. And also, if you're somebody who's looking for a critical listening pair for around $100, this might be in your consideration as well. But if you're somebody who's looking for tonality and more neutrality in your sound, you might like the Starfield more. But this one for a KZ might be my favorite KZ of the bunch. So for those kinds of people, this might fit your bill. Right, that's my review of the KZ AS16. Of course, if you learned something, leave a like and subscribe for more content like this in the future. So for those KZ AS16 owners, what do you think of your AS16? Did you like it, not like it? Let me know down in the comments below. And of course, if you want to support the channel, I just recently released my EP in Bandcamp. You can purchase the EP there. You can get some FLACs as well, some lossless files. Or if you cannot buy it, you can just listen to it in my Spotify account. My whole EP is there, or subscribe in my YouTube channel. I am Z Music. And thanks for watching. I'm gonna see you guys in the next zpolt review. Goodbye.